Okay, so today we are looking at the Sony PlayStation 4. If we just look on the back of the box here quickly, we can see they give details of some of their upcoming games for it, as well as the things that it supports now, so the new features of the controller, the PS Vita streaming, etc, etc, and things like that. So let's take it out of the box here. Inside the box we have the quick start guide, which I imagine no one will ever use. We have the new DualShock 4 controller. Look at that there, it's quite nice. Here's the cable for that said controller to charge it, USB to micro USB. It's got a little mono headset thing here. It plugs directly into your controller, so you can start abusing 13-year-olds straight away. Standard power cable here, though note there is no power brick like with the new X-Bone. And there is an HDMI cable to connect it to your TV. Okay, so here's the console itself. It is a parallelogram. On the front there are two USB 3s, disguised cunningly as USB 2s, the on-off switch there, and the disk drive is hidden in the middle there. Around the back we have the power connector there, audio optical output, HDMI input, LAN input, and the auxiliary output for the PlayStation camera. Okay, so let me tell you a bit about the specs of this. It features a semi-custom AMD APU, that's a CPU and a graphics chip all in one. It has two quad-core Jaguar modules, making it an 8-core processor, so it's pretty nice. It also features a secondary ARM processor. ARM processors are generally what's used in tablets and things like that, for background and operating system functions, featuring 256 megabytes of RAM. The system itself has 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory at 2.75 GHz effective, which is quite slow when compared to a PC graphics card, but compared to the X-Bone is very quick. For storage it has a 500 gigabyte hard disk drive, though this can be upgraded quite easily, which I'll be showing you in a separate video. It also features a Blu-ray drive capable of read speeds of 27 megabits per second, 3 times the speed of the PS3. Hi guys, okay, so let's talk a bit more about this console, the Sony PlayStation 4. I want to tell you a little bit about a few of the features that might not be so prominent on it, and a few that are. First of all, as I mentioned before, it has an ARM processor in it, so that's something that's usually used in a mobile device such as this, or even the PlayStation Vita also has an ARM processor in it. And I'm not going to go too much into what that is what that does for this system is it allows it to use its operating system in the background, so it doesn't take any of the memory available for gaming. And further to that, it means you can download games whilst you're playing and it won't have any influence on performance of the game you're playing, because it's using a different part of the system. It's absolutely nothing to do with it. It's using the ARM processor, downloading it onto your hard drive, and then when you want to play it, you can go there and boot it up and it'll be fine. Now that's a big plus, and it's a huge improvement over the PS4, over the PS3, sorry, which I think if anybody did play one of those, the installation times and the downloading, oh my god. Yeah, and a lot of updating. Similar to this will also be part of the Play Go, as they call it, feature. So that means you can download games and then you can start playing them while they're still downloading, because again, it's going in one stream on here through one processor and then you're playing it with the other. So all you need to do is get like the first level of a game done and you can play that while it's still downloading the rest. And I think that's another really good feature, and we'll see how that develops later on. Another feature with this is the companion devices, as they call them. So this means there's an app on here where you can log in. You can buy games on the app. So say you're at work or something, or at school, and you think, I want to buy a game and I want to play it when I get home. So you can open up this app and you can buy a game, and then your PlayStation 4 at home will then download that while you're still away. And that's another very useful feature. The second part of that is streaming to the PS Vita. I have one of these here. I bought it when it came out. Yes, I've got mug written right across here. it will stream a lot of PlayStation 4 games. This one, indeed, Killzone Shadowfall, if I can get it without reflection on it. That streams directly to this from here. So, say you're playing and then someone wants to come and use the TV, you can just... I don't actually know how to do it yet, but it's probably going to be a few button presses, and then you can carry on playing on here. Like, I don't know how much it's going to affect the experience playing it on a handheld like that, but, you know, it's a creative solution to a problem that I imagine many kind of families do come up against. I know in the past when I was younger I used to have trouble. I wanted to play my games console and no, I want to watch something on TV. So there we go. So Sony have bought Gaikai, that's Gaikai. They are a cloud streaming service, and what they can do is they can stream games to your console without it actually being on your console. Now you would need quite a good internet connection for this, which could be a problem for some people kind of in the more remote areas. But if you've got fibre, you will be laughing. And this is also a good solution for the backwards compatibility issue, because the PlayStation 3 games, they're built on a completely different architecture, and they don't. I know people just expect them to be able to work on the new one, but it's not. This is completely different. This is an x86 architecture in here, and the PlayStation 3 isn't, so it would have to be completely redone how it worked. So it's not practical. So what Sony are planning on doing is streaming it straight to it from the Gaikai or whatever it is cloud servers. So it'll be like an emulator in the cloud, so you'll just be able to play it straight off there as if it's on your console, but that will depend on internet connection. That's quite an interesting feature. I am looking forward to seeing how that develops and seeing how much they're going to charge, because I imagine, although they're not Microsoft, Sony will probably charge you for all the games you already have to play them on your PS4. I have no proof of that, that's just my opinion of what I think is going to happen. Right, so the controller, I've got another video that I'm going to do that's going to look at this much closer. I do want to talk about one thing, the share option here. So the PlayStation 4 shares straight to Twitch or to Ustream, and these are just like streaming services. Anyone can come and watch you. And what you can do then is your friends can see what you're playing on their friends list, and they'll see like a little video of what you're doing. Then they can select that, and they don't even have to be on their PS4. They can be on a tablet, on a phone, just browsing in a normal web browser, and they'll be able to watch you and comment on what you're doing, so they can help you out like that. It's a very kind of social integration on this console. A few other things. They have got voice control, limited voice control at the moment. They're planning on expanding it. Probably won't work. What can I say? Probably won't work. Anyone who's ever used voice control knows it doesn't work. Trying to use Siri on my phone, yeah, 3 or 4 attempts before he actually gets what I've said. I mean, I don't have a weird accent. I might have an accent. I don't have a weird accent though, if that makes sense. Like I have a normal, for an English person, I have a normal accent. Okay. It's got the motion sensing camera that you have to buy separately. Again, I wouldn't really bother with that. The UI has been redesigned, which was a huge issue for me on the PlayStation 3. And yeah, I can't really show it to you at the moment. I do have a streaming card coming in the post that will let me capture from this console here. Okay. Other than that, I think I went through most other things. I just want to point out a few things here. That the disc slot here is really difficult to record because everything's black here, but it actually slots straight in here, and you can have it like this, or you can have it like this. You see there are tiny little rubber feet here that indicates that it goes up this way, or you can go up this way, whichever angle you like really. Now, these two USB at the front, they look to me like USB 2. I don't know, but because I usually distinguish them by the blue part in them, and they don't have them, they have the white part. But I'm absolutely assured these are USB 3 in the front, so make of that what you will. These buttons here, they look really difficult to press, but they're kind of touch sensitive, so it's just like this over the top and you'll press them. I don't imagine that's going to cause much problem, that. I don't really have much else to say. You can replace the hard drive in here if you like. I would put an SSD in it. I wouldn't just put a bigger mechanical hard drive in. It has to be 2.25 inch, 2.25 inch. So a standard SSD thing is, but a 500GB SSD is still pretty expensive. So I'm gonna get myself one of those Seagate hybrid ones, which is about just under £100, and see if that works. That'll cache all the constantly used things, and probably make the boot up much quicker. But I don't know. We'll have to see how that works. And I'll do a video showing you how to do this. This is quite easy. It's just a case of flicking off this cover, taking out one screw, taking it out, putting it in, boom. And you have to get a USB device, and you have to put the operating system on it, blah blah blah, etc. etc. I will explain that in another video. Okay. Now I know everyone expects me to just do PC things, but kind of I'm all about technology, not just about the PC. I am a PC fan, obviously. I tried to keep my console jibes to a minimum during this. I think once I did made some comment about 13-year-olds. That's more an Xbox thing. But anyway, yeah, I'm not going to be doing that much stuff with consoles, but I am going to be covering them. I mean, it's quite a big thing out now, and I got one in, so I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna show them. So there we go. The main attraction for me for console games is the exclusives. Now I know there's a lot of exclusives on the PC, and you know I play those as well. But I mainly got the PlayStation mainly because a few friends of mine are planning on getting PS4s. So I think that's a lot of the time that's what happens. Like you might really like the PC, like I do, but you can't persuade all your friends to go and get a PC, and you end up spending a lot of money, and they just like, no, I can't be bothered with that. I like to go out and party, you know, eat mushrooms, stuff like that. Thinking of you know what I mean. Yeah, so people can't afford to go and buy a PC, and they don't really want to get into it, and unless you build them for everyone, that doesn't happen. So consoles, they're good for the exclusive games. Like this is an exclusive. I have played it a little bit. I'm not a big fan, to be honest. It does look really good, but because I'm used to PC, 30 frames per second is too little for me, really. But you know, that's a preference thing. I imagine if I'd never played the PC, I wouldn't notice it so much. Okay, so if you have any comments on the PlayStation 4, please do leave them below. I will have more videos coming up on the PlayStation 4. I'm going to be doing one with the controllers, comparing it to the old DualShock 3, telling you what I think of this, which I'll give you a sneaky hint, it's a lot better. Look at this pretty parallelogram. Difficult to record this thing. It is difficult to record this thing, because it's all black and shiny. Black and shiny is not good for recording. I'll see you guys next time.